So what we can do, my friends, what we can do is talk a little bit about the future. Right now we're in a scenario. Where G2 is most likely going to face some rusty chances, right? G2 is at Blast right now, and G2 is a team that is yet to win a trophy with NiKo on the lineup, which is absolutely absurd when you think about it. NiKo has been stellar playing the last 3 to 4 months. I think there's a case to be made right now that NiKo is the best player in the entire world. And I say that knowing that Simple is unheard of as well. But the fact that NiKo is having so much impact so consistently with the rifle makes G2 and makes NiKo a very dangerous team for everyone in the world, despite there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work within G2 right now. One of the things they're trying to do in order to fix that is bringing in this young fella called m0NESY. This young fella right here, m0NESY, the new prodigy of Counter-Strike, is rumored towards G2. And as far as I'm aware, the rumors are pretty significant, and there's a good chance that that's going to happen. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy play before. I don't know if you guys know anything about m0NESY, but let me tell you a couple of things about this guy, because I've been watching him at the We Play Academy League, where I also work as an analyst. This guy is the biggest talent CSGO have right now. There's no doubt that m0NESY is the greatest talent in CSGO as of right now, and he truly deserves a chance to go up and play Tier 1 Counter-Strike. Now, a little fact about m0NESY, he's only 16 years of age, but his rating the past 3 months is 1.32, right? So he's up there with the likes of NiKo, Simple, Saivu, etc. in terms of rating. But of course, the opponents he's playing is nowhere near the level that those guys are playing. So, despite that, I still believe this guy is a guy that's going to come into G2 and he could make them a better team. m0NESY has been reported to come into G2. According to the reports, they're paying around $600,000, right? I was sold to Team Liquid for $32,000. I know that's 5 years ago, and had I been sold today, you know, same level, etc., I would probably have cost around 200k or something like that, maybe 300 on a good day. But m0NESY, and at the time I was 18 years of age, but m0NESY tries that money, right? 600k, and he's only 16 years of age. That is insane. This guy is a guy that you'd face him and face it, and you think, oh my god, this kid is a mother effing cheater. There's no way you can be that good being 16 years of age. But some of the stuff that he does well is, of course, he's an AWP player.
The game becomes important because m0NESY knows there's no chance for an AWP on the other side.
You get a couple of rounds to break your way on that CT side, and all of a sudden that CT side starts looking insane. Like that flick, that was so fast.
Oh,
that one, a little bit more. I'm waiting for the repeat though. Yeah, just gonna go ahead and take that. Easy peasy.
Now, what I'm the most impressed with when it comes to m0NESY is the fact that he makes very, very few mistakes. Often, right, when you watch me play Face It, or when you see some new talents come up, you could be 16, 15, 17, 18 years of age. You have insane mechanical skill, you have a good intuition for the game, you know when to take duels, you know when to go for a duel, you know how to play a 1v1, etc. But you make a lot of silly mistakes, you take a lot of fights you're not supposed to take, you're bad at communicating, you're bad at being a team player, your teammates can't rely on you, and despite you dropping 30 kills every round, the people around you will feel uncomfortable because they never know where they got you, right? m0NESY is not like that. Watching him play, he makes very few mistakes. He's very reliable, and he doesn't overpeak with AWP. It's easy to think that whenever you're on the server and you're the best player on the server every single time, that you feel a constant need to overpeak and a constant need to do more than you're supposed to. But m0NESY have already taught himself in the age of 16 that that's not necessary. I think he's a very mature player for his age, and I think if G2 were to bring in m0NESY, that lineup could be absolutely insane, right? Think about it like this. You have NiKo right now, who's, as I said, arguably the best player in the world right now together with Simple. There's no doubt that he's top two. Him, NiKo, Saivu, and Simple, and then there's the rest, right? No one comes close to those guys as of right now. So you got NiKo, you have Hunter, who's the sidekick to NiKo, who's a very, very good player as well, a good rifler, a stable rifler, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. You have m0NESY, who I still think is a good in-game leader. He would just need a coach to help him out. I know G2 is looking for a new coach as well, so let's talk about that later. And then you bring in m0NESY. So you have NiKo, Hunter, m0NESY, and m0NESY, and then you have to make a decision whether or not you keep Jax or you keep m0NESY, or potentially go for another player. Now, the risk of going for another player, like Rups, who's been rumored to G2, is that you're changing too much of the identity of the lineup. Do you really want to change too much of the identity? I'm not too sure about it. Of course, if you can get Rups to your lineup, you would probably do it, but there will be some roles that would overlap. You know, there'll be some roles that may not be fitting, but then again, Rups is an insane player. So if you can for G2, I'd of course get Rups. But if you were to choose between m0NESY and Jax, well, doesn't matter which one of the two you get. I think they're very similar in a lot of different areas of the game. You have a lineup consisting of NiKo, Honda, m0NESY, m0NESY, and either Jax or m0NESY. I think that would be enough to take G2 to the next level. G2 went into the major final, right, with NiKo carrying their ass off. What if you imagine that he have a sidekick in both Honda and m0NESY? m0NESY who could produce on the server, m0NESY who could take over the AWP sometimes and release some of that pressure from NiKo's shoulder. Also, if you have to be critical towards NiKo, sometimes you see him go for too many peaks. Sometimes you see him move a little bit too much, right? Sometimes it feels like the coach just needs to tell NiKo, okay, for the next 20 seconds, mate, you don't have to make a play. It's okay if you don't make a play. But I do feel that NiKo is in a state of mind right now where he knows he's the best player on the server. He knows that his teammates around him is not going to do it for him. So he feels the need to constantly make the difference. What if m0NESY came into G2 and he could help NiKo make the difference? I think that would be an absolutely fantastic lineup. And I think if they were to bring in this guy who's posing a 1.32 rating, who is, just look at this matches, right? Look how much green we got going right here. Plus. He's rarely having a bad game. And I know he's playing against a lot of academy teams, but still, he's owning it. He's 16 years of age. You give him half a year to a year, and I think this guy will be the future of Counter-Strike. This guy will be a guy that could potentially take G2 to the next level. That is my little segment about m0NESY. What do you guys think of this yet? Do you think G2 would be a sick team if they bring in m0NESY? Because I think that is going to be sick. Of course he's young. Of course it's a big gamble. Of course you're going to take a risk with this guy. But it's going to be interesting. Has potential. He's 16, man. 16 years of age. Now, you know I'm an analyst, right? And during Blast, I said the following. Grim, right now, I think the best thing for Grim would be to take a step down, go a level down from Team Liquid, and see if he can rediscover that, talent and that insane talent we saw prior to joining Team Liquid. I said it would probably be better for Grim to join some Tier 2 NA Counter-Strike and once again be the star of his team. And by then coming back to showcasing that level, because he's not been great in Team Liquid. Saying anything else would be straight up lying. He hasn't had the easiest work conditions. He hasn't had a role within the team for him to shine. But regardless of all that, he still hasn't played well enough to amend with his talent. I think we've seen more from him, and I think we can see more from him. So I said live on the desk, I think Grim should take a step down, go down to Tier 2 Counter-Strike, and then rebuild that confidence and once again show the talent. For whatever reason, there's some morons out here who just think I now hate Grim. This guy has been tagging me in every single post in regards to Grim or Counter-Strike. And he's like, where you at now, bro? Where you at now? This guy's like, yeah, for real. He wanted Grim to join Tier 4. He's just a hater. I'm not. So when I'm being super, super cautious and being super well thought and really try to articulate myself in a way that is respectful to both Grim, Liquid, and his future workplace, and these motherfuckers are just like, where you at now, homie? The fuck? What I said is actually happening. Grim is taking a step down. Liquid Tier 1 complexity with this lineup Tier 2. So Grim is doing exactly what I think would be good for him. Exactly. So how do I react to this? Normally I just ignore it, but sometimes I'm just like, there's no way you're that dumb. Right? That's what I'm thinking, but that doesn't look good. So we won't post that. That's a little bit too aggressive, maybe. That's a little bit too aggressive. So he is doing exactly what I said would be good for him. Taking a step down to facilitate. You and a dream drawings 01 should go visit an ear doctor. I think there may be something stuck in there. Wouldn't that be a funny and fair way to do it? It's like you just constantly deal with people who either don't listen or don't understand, and yet they still have an opinion, right? If there's something I don't understand, wait, what? I can't post it? Did he delete his comment? No. Is he watching the stream? Anyway. See, that's stuff I deal with on a daily basis. That's why I can't take Reddit seriously. That's why I can't take HLTV seriously. That's why I'm having a tough time taking anything seriously that doesn't come from peers or people who actually show me that they're well-thoughtful people watching. Otherwise, it's just there's so much brain-deadness sometimes. Too little profanity for my taste. You would have liked more? I was trying to be nice.